welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews, the channel where bots get rated and fans get hyped. So, what figure are we reviewing today? Well, we are going to review the Transformers Earthspark Deluxe Class TERRAN JAWBREAKER. And look at the size of this dude. Like that's crazy. Damn. He's a deluxe and he's this size? That's crazy. But it's a neat figure. It's a fine figure for what it is, but is he truly worth having in the collection? Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's go! Now, of course, before we take a look at the figure itself, we need to take a quick look at the packaging. So we have a nice, beautiful image of JAWBREAKER. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Isn't he adorable? His name is TERRAN JAWBREAKER from Transformers Earthspark. Transformers! TERRAN symbol right here. We got the Moto family. And we got the Autobots, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee. Transformers Earthspark. Got some more of the Moltos, Deluxe Class. Some more of JAWBREAKER, big TERRAN symbol, which is pretty cool. And you have the obligatory product shots here, robot mode, alt mode, 16 steps of transformation, and that is basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Earthspark Deluxe Class JAWBREAKER fully transformed into his Dino mode. Yeah, JAWBREAKER was basically the last Terran to have an alt mode. Well, the last good guy Terran to have an alt mode. And that's a shame, because I was waiting to see his alt mode, to see what his alt mode would look like, and it only took, what, until Season 2 of Earthspark to get his alt mode? So, hey! Better late than never, right? But anyway. But yes, JAWBREAKER is another Earthspark figure that I've been wanting to have in my collection, and I'm so glad that I finally have him in my collection. He's another one that I got from Universal Studios Singapore, along with Aftermath, and yeah, really cool, really cool. The figure itself, while I do like it, there are some things that do bug me. And, you know, the Dino mode, it does look good. It does look good for the most part. For the most part. And I say that because you can see here the robot mode feet are just blatantly visible. They're just blatantly visible. And of course the visible robot mode fists. You know, kind of wish that there was a way to hide the fists. You know, to hide the fists in Dino mode. You know, them just sticking out like that. That's just unfortunate. It's just so weird. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at his head sculpt. Oh, the Dino head anyway. It looks really good. I really like the molding on this. And the paintwork looks nice. Nice red paint for the top of the head. Nice purple for the eyes. Nice metallic blue paint that they're using for the face there. And that looks really nice. It looks pretty good. You can see nice metallic blue paint for the tail as well. A little bit of gold here on these spikes. A little gold here on the sides here of his legs. And you got the TERRAN symbol front and center. And all in all, it's a nicely done Dino mode. Just wish that they hit the feet and the robot mode hands away a little bit more. But, you know, that's my only gripe with the Dino mode. But otherwise, it looks pretty neat. It looks pretty neat for what it is. So, he does have some articulation in Dino mode. The head and the mouth can open and close. His head cannot rotate. His head cannot move up. Although you untap it, you can actually move up the head. Although you can reveal the robot mode face there. The arms here, they're on a ball joint. Can swing in and out. You can rotate a little bit here and there. The legs here, you have to untap them to get them moving. So just you can rotate them around, or just tap them back in if you want to, or swing them in and out like that. Or, you know, you can use this joint if you really want to. There is this joint here. There is this joint here. And the feet here can move all the way to the transformation. The tail can actually move up. Can move down. Can't really move down, but it can move up, you know. Hey, that's the thing you can do. So it's not really posable in Dino mode, but that's okay. It is what it is. It's an Earthspark figure, so I'm not expecting too much here. Now, he does include some weaponry of his own. He includes 2 guns. Yes, he includes 2 guns right here. And a little bit of a hollow right here on the bottom, but that's on the bottom, you know, that doesn't matter to me. Yeah, they're nice guns here, just pretty nicely molded. I don't remember these guns in Earthspark. No, I don't remember. But you can actually display these in Dino mode. You can just plug these into these ports right here. Just plug that in. Plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, and there you go. There we have JAWBREAKER, now fully armed up with his guns. So there you go. So let's bring in some size comparisons. Okay, so there you go, the comparison that you've been wanting. Here is JAWBREAKER compared with the other Earthspark Deluxes that I own. So we got Megatron, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Aftermath, Twitch, Thrash, Nightshade, and Grimlock, and yeah. The scaling here is very insulting. So insulting. What was Hasbro thinking with the scaling here? I mean, look at JAWBREAKER, man. He is the biggest of them all. Especially in alt mode, he's the biggest of them all. I mean, let's just compare JAWBREAKER and Grimlock for a bit here. And as you can see, yeah, that's just whoops, sorry about that, Thrash. Anyway, but let me just bring down the camera. There we go. But yeah, you can see here Grimlock is puny compared to JAWBREAKER. What up with that, Hasbro? What up with that? A Stigi Moloch bigger than the T-Rex? That's not that. No. That is not historically accurate, man. That is not historically accurate. No, it's not. Jeez, JAWBREAKER, you're letting, damn. Wow. But anyway, there you go. That's pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done with the alt mode itself. So let us transform JAWBREAKER into his robot mode. Now the transformation on this guy is pretty simple. So first things first, I want to remove the tail. What? There's parts forming on an Earthspark figure? Get out! But anyway, it's fine. The tail is technically an accessory, you know. So just put this off to the side for now, and you can leave these guns on these, you know, these dino hips if you really want to. So I'm just gonna leave them right there. So just untab this, untab that, and then straighten out the arm here. Rotate this around so that the elbow is oriented properly, and then you want to bring this claw around, bring this in, and that will tab in right there, and there you have an arm all done. So do the same thing on the other side. Straighten this out, rotate, flip the claws around, flip this in, tab that in, and boom, there we got the arms all done. Look at that, a Dino mode with robot mode arms. That's just weird. So now you want to take these Dino hands, Dino arms, just rotate them around, because you can see that there is a tab right here that will go into a slot right in there, a slot right in here, and then there is a this tab here will go in between these hands. So just rotate them around, tab them in, tab that in, rotate it around, and then tab that in like so. So now what you want to do here is you want to untab the sides here. Just untab that, whoops, I unpegged this, sorry about that. Just untab all this, and now you can take the legs, untab them, and then bring this around, bring this all around, and that will I believe it clicks into place. Yes. And then you're going to take the legs and just straighten them out, and there you have his legs situated and ready to go. So take these sections and just bring this over, and that will tab in right in there. Bring this over, tab that in right there, and there we go. And if you really want to, you can just leave JAWBREAKER like this. Now that's funny. That's funny. But anyway, what you're supposed to do is you're going to untab the dino head here and just rotate it around. And then bring this up. That will flip into place. And now you can take the robot mode head, rotate it around, rotate it 180. And there you go. There is JAWBREAKER, fully transformed into his robot mode. And you know what? That's a really good looking JAWBREAKER in my personal opinion. I think he looks pretty neat. He looks pretty cool. I really like this design. Yeah, I really like this design. It's a really cool design in my personal opinion. Really cool, really neat. Yeah, very nice. I like it. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at the head sculpt. And it's a nice looking head sculpt. Nice big pink eyes. A little bit of gold paint on his horns and his eyebrows there. A little bit of gunmetal gray paint on the forehead there. Metallic blue paint for the face, which looks very nice. You can see the gunmetal gray paint, and it has a metallic sheen to it, which is quite nice. I like that. And all around, it's a pretty clean transformation. You know, even though you have this big dino head sculpt just just on the back here. Yay, he's looking at you from the back. But anyway, but all in all, it's a very nice looking robot mode design. There are some gaps, there's some hollowness right here, but it is what it is. You know, it's an Earthspark figure, so I'm not gonna expect too much. At least the arms, they actually tried to fill that out, so that's nice. So yeah, but all in all, it's a simple robot mode. Some nice paint on the legs, you know. I think the Takara version has way better paint. It's more screen accurate, you know, for the Takara version. It always is. But hey, hey, you stand up, man. You stand up. Thank you. But yeah. Nice robot mode, nice and solid. So let's talk about the articulation in robot mode. As you saw earlier, you can actually rotate the head a full 360. He can look up a little bit, he can't really look down. The shoulders, they can rotate a full 360, can move in and out. A bicep swivel here, an elbow joint there. You do have a swivel here below the elbow. Nothing at the wrist due to the way it's molded. Nothing at the waist, but you could unclip it. You know, have a backward ab crunch or something. I don't know. The legs can move up that far, can move back that far. Although when you try to move the legs further, you run the risk of unclipping that. So don't do that. So the legs can only move back that far. He can pretty much do the full splits. He does have a bit of rotation at the hip there. Nothing at the thighs, unfortunately. The knees, you do have a deep knee bend there. Then there is a little bit of ankle tiltage right there. And the feet can't move up, can't move down, no. So, yeah. Yeah, not super poseable, unlike Aftermath, who is really poseable. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, the articulation is nothing much to write home about. Yeah, so let's talk about how you can wield his accessories. So basically, these guns here, you can put this into his hands and have him hold it. You know, have him hold it as, you know, handheld weapons. Maybe personally I just prefer to just plug this to the shoulders, and there you go, so they can have shoulder cannons just sticking out like that, and I think that's cool. Another thing that you can do is they can actually bring in the tail and just put it into his hand, and there you go. It's a whip now. It's a tail whip weapon. So yeah, you know, hey, it's a thing that you can do with it. Yeah, it's a tail whip. A tail whip. Oh, it's a tail whip. Look at that. It's a tail whip. Well, however you want to display it, I don't know. But it's your toy. You display it however you wish, you know. But there you go. Let us bring in some size comparisons. And there you go. I tried to fit everybody in this group shot here. But then we got the Earthspark collection so far. So we got Bumblebee, we have Megatron back there, Aftermath, we got Grimlock here. We got Nightshade, keep bumping stuff. We got Twitch, Thrash, and Optimus Prime. You can see how JAWBREAKER scales with every one of them. And again, the scaling is not accurate at all, because in the show, Jawbreaker is supposed to be bigger than Twitch, but here Twitch is taller than Jawbreaker. And that ain't right. And at least here, Jawbreaker is shorter than Grimlock, but he's supposed to be way shorter than Grimlock in order for the scale to be more accurate. And here, that doesn't look too bad. You know, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, Aftermath was a little bit bigger than Jawbreaker, but I think that scale works here. But other than that, the scale is nothing much to write home about here. It is just way too goofy, you know. But there you go. That is pretty much it for the ultimate comparisons right here. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Earthspark Deluxe Class Terran Jawbreaker, and it's a fine figure for what it is. The robot mode looks pretty good. I like the design, I like the robot mode, so there's that. The Dino mode is nothing much to write home about. It is an okay Dino mode. It looks fine. It looks okay. It's decent. It's not great. The only thing that I really don't like is the visible feet and the visible robot mode fists. That is not great. That's unfortunate, but oh well, it is what it is. Articulation wise is, again, nothing much to write home about with the articulation because there's not much here. The legs, there's no thigh swivels, unfortunately. The ankle tilts, even though they're there, it's very limited, so I just wish there was more to it, you know. The arms do move well. The arms do move well, so I'll give him that. Otherwise, the leg articulation is a bit lacking. Paint-wise, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like the metallic paint that they used on this figure, so it looks nice. Transformation is nice and smooth. It's enjoyable, so I got no problems with the transformation there. So he's definitely a fun figure to mess with. All in all, it's an okay figure. So how would I rank this guy from a scale of 1 to 10? Well, I'm gonna give him a solid 7.5 out of 10. Just need a little bit more articulation, maybe some more paint here and there, and you know, some better way to hide the fists and the feet in Dino mode. That would have been nice, but oh well, it is what it is. Otherwise, 7.5 out of 10 is pretty decent for this guy. So I think that is pretty much it for Jawbreaker here. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video review, be sure to click that like button down below, give it a thumbs up, yay! And of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you will never miss any of my future videos. And of course, you can always check out my Earthspark reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed, so I will post the link to that playlist in the description down below. And I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Earthspark Deluxe Class Terran Jawbreaker, and this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out to all of one, and I'll see you guys next time. Jawbreaker!
A leader, the viewers must subscribe to support the cause.
Optimus, they know that, but sometimes you've gotta ask with style. Hey you, yeah, you watching, smash that subscribe button, or Prime is giving a speech. Again.
I heard that.
Good, now hit the button, before he starts cutting the covenant of Primus.